This video will show how to install Windows 10 using VMware Player. First, we need to install VMware Player. Go to VMWare.com and download the free for personal use VMware Player. We will go there now. I'm not going to install it because I already have it installed. Once we have the player installed, the next thing we need to consider is where we want to put the virtual machine. VMware will, by default, create it in your Documents folder, but you can install it anywhere you want, even in an external hard drive. I find it easier to create a folder where I want it, and that folder will become a hard drive to the virtual machine. I will be installing on Windows 7 and using an ISO to install Windows 10. So let's go create the folder now. Open up VMware Player and click Create New Virtual Machine. Next, we need to decide how we're going to customize the hardware. The more resources you give the virtual machine, the better performance you will get. However, everything you give the virtual machine is taken away from your physical machine, so we can't give it enough resources to where it harms the performance of our host machine. If your CPU has virtualization, use it. You may need to enable it in BIOS. Here we have to select our ISO file. Then click Next. There you can put your activation key number if you want to. Select 8.1 Pro because Windows 10 isn't out yet. Put in your username and a password if you want to. This is just telling us that we didn't put in a key number, but it'll install anyway, and we can put in the activation number later on. Here's where you determine the size of the hard drive, the folder we created. And now we're going to customize the hardware. You will have to determine, based on your own machine, how much you can afford to give it. I'm going to give mine about 6.5 gigabytes of RAM. And the processor, by default, gives it one core. I'm going to give it 4. And I'm going to enable CPU virtualization. Just click Finish, and the installation process will start. Once the installation actually starts, I'm going to pause the video while it installs. But you'll notice that the username you gave the setup program is what the username will be for your installation. Once the installation process starts, I'm going to pause the program until it's completed. What you'll notice different than a physical install is it does not ask you for a Microsoft ID, or it doesn't ask you for a local ID. It will use the username we gave it in the setup. Okay, the install is complete and we're on the desktop. For those of you who are wondering, the whole process, including making the folder for the virtual machine, took me about 8.5 minutes. And that's all there is to it.